right. Good Monday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Mallory Schnell here with WHAS 11 News in Louisville, Kentucky. Hopping on to give a weather update. We do have a weather impact alert day on Tuesday due to a rain-snow mix. So I'm going to walk you through the latest look at the timing and the impacts that we are expecting here at home. And I'm sure you all have many questions, so I'll try to get to those throughout this kind of presentation I'm going to give. Of course, we'll have more details on air, online throughout the day, and I'll be live again in our noon newscast on TV and also on our streaming platform 11 Plus. But let's get right over to our graphics this morning. We are starting off with a live look over downtown Louisville. This is from our U of L Health Cam in Jeffersonville, First Savings Bank as well. Today, basically the calm before the storm here. All is quiet outside on this Monday. So if you have any errands to run, if you're just trying to get ahead of this next snow chance today, looking like a good day for it. Just pretty much shaping up to be a chilly February day. Partly sunny skies on tap, just some high clouds out there, light winds between about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Tuesday, this is our weather impact alert day due to rain and snow showers tracking through Kentuckiana. We do have another chance of rain late on a Wednesday and potentially another chance, it looks like, this weekend. So a very active weather pattern is on tap this week. But of course, let's talk about tomorrow. Here's a look at our weather alerts for Tuesday. You can see the blue there, a winter storm watch that is in place in the blue throughout the day on Tuesday. The green down to the south, that is a flood watch. And also the purple, that's basically just outside of our viewing area. That is a winter weather advisory in place for Tuesday. So we have a lot of alerts that we are watching here, and we're expecting either snow or rain or both. This is thankfully not looking like an ice or sleet concern here, but we're looking at either a wet snowfall and or a cold rain. So that's what we're looking at here with this next system that's going to roll through. We have those 3 winter systems this week that I mentioned. We're talking first round on Tuesday, rain and snow. But regardless, we have a lot of moisture to work with between all of these systems that we are tracking this week. What you're looking at here is the basically rainfall equivalent of what we're going to see. Now, some of this, of course, will be falling as snow. But if you melted all that down, you add it to the rain that we're expecting late Wednesday and also on Saturday, we're looking at anywhere between 2 to 6+ inches of moisture. So flooding will be an increasing concern, especially by this weekend. But let's take a look at the 3 rounds that we're expecting here. Round 1, once again, Tuesday, I would say really from sunrise to sunset, a mix of rain and snow depending on where you are. Round 2 will be Wednesday, looking like the afternoon, evening, and into the overnight hours. And I will say this is looking especially like rain. We could have a few snowflakes mixing in, but for the most part, this is going to be a rain event for us on Wednesday, late Wednesday into Wednesday night. And then another round this weekend, and this could be the strongest round that we do see in terms of the heaviest rainfall that we're expecting at this time, not looking at severe weather, but we'll have to watch the track of an area of low pressure and see if that does become more of a severe weather threat. But certainly looking like heavy rainfall expected this weekend and a lot of moisture between all of these systems that we will see this week. Max HD satellite radar for your Monday. Once again, it's the calm before the storm here. We have dry conditions on the radar, no rain or snow to track at this hour. Just some cloud cover, high clouds kind of filtering through here. All in all, a nice February day, a quiet one as well. Those temperatures, they've been chilly. We dipped below freezing this morning. We haven't warmed up all too much. We're at 35 in Louisville, 39 down in Bowling Green, more 40s in Tennessee, and temperatures still below freezing just off to our north. Your hour-by-hour forecast here. Once again, the rest of your Monday looking pretty quiet. We will continue to have some high clouds filtering in. Obviously, this model overdoing it a little bit with that cloud cover, but expect those highs in the 40s, so near climate normals for this time in February. Highs in the low to mid 40s for many of us since we're getting a little bit more sunshine. Maybe some spots could sneak up into the upper 40s. Wind speeds will be light between about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tonight, those clouds will thicken up. We'll start to get that moisture streaming in from the southwest. And we are expecting that to pick up in coverage and somewhat intensity around sunrise tomorrow. So that radar will be filling in For your Tuesday morning commute, we can expect impacts. I will say temperatures will help us out on this one. You can see temperatures near or just above freezing. So that should really help with some road conditions. But anytime you get those higher bursts of snow or those higher bands of snow, that of course can accumulate fairly quickly on the roads, even if temperatures are above freezing. So this snow will take us through the morning hours. You can tell the blue, that purplish color, that's snow. Down to the south, the green and yellow, that is rain, more so near Litchfield, Mumfordville, Campbellsville. So those areas could start off with snow and then transition to rain fairly quickly. That rain-snow line will be slicing through Kentucky. So our forecast is obviously dependent on where that rain-snow line sets up. And as I mentioned off the top, the good news is it's not really looking like an ice or sleet kind of concern for us. It's looking like either wet snow or cold rain with this system. Now, as we head into the afternoon hours, some of that moisture could start to retreat off to the east, so we could get more raindrops really mixing in farther north. It could transition over to some drizzle once we lose some of that moisture. But all in all, that backs off to our east by tomorrow evening, drier conditions tomorrow night. So Tuesday, weather impact alert, I'm saying all day because basically we're talking sunrise to sunset with that wintry mix impacting your travel. So you do want to plan accordingly. It's not one of those things where you can't leave the house if you need to, but you definitely will need to add some extra minutes to your commutes. These are my thoughts this morning. Obviously, if you follow other meteorologists, the National Weather Service, everybody has a little bit of a different snow map because we all interpret things slightly differently. But these are kind of my thoughts that fall in line with the alerts that we do have in place. So where that winter storm watch is in place, I have most of us included in that 2 to 4 inch swath. We're going to have a sharp cutoff off to the north where you're seeing this trace to 2 inches. So we're just going to have less moisture to work with in southern Indiana. There's going to be a sharp cutoff off to the north somewhere, and also a fairly sharp cutoff off to the south where we're going to have mostly rain, or where we start off as snow and then the rain kind of melts away that snow throughout the course of the day. So this gradient could be getting tighter, but it's always hard to forecast exactly where that cutoff is going to be. And then model data really liking that purple that you see here, that isolated 5+ inches. Some kind of band setting up. E-Town, Bardstown area, and then off to the east closer to Lexington. That's where we're going to have to watch for some banding, and that means we could be in the height of this system picking up 1 inch per hour in that particular corridor. And once again, as I mentioned before, the rain-snow line will really make or break this forecast. So if we get more rain mixing in, obviously, if that rain-snow line shifts just off to the north a little bit, that's going to really cut into your snowfall totals. And something interesting with this kind of setup as well, our snow ratios are going to be a little bit lower. So it's going to be a wet snow rather than a fluffy snow. And basically it means it takes a little bit more water to get more snow totals. But as I mentioned, thankfully this is looking to be an either all rain or all snow event. Doesn't mean we can't get a little bit of patchy freezing drizzle on the backside when we start to lose some of that moisture. But for the most part, our column is either going to be cold all the way down, or you're going to have a little bit of warm air, but not that warm nose that we can get when we have freezing rain or sleet. So that is definitely a win right there. Now your 7-day forecast, extended outlook, it's going to be an active week, as I mentioned. So today, the calm before the storm. Tomorrow, our weather impact alert due to a rain-snow mix. And then Wednesday, it does look like we'll have another storm system roll through here. At this point, Wednesday's system is looking to be rain. Nothing all too heavy, but primarily rain for us. Temperatures staying above freezing, and that moves out early Thursday morning. So at this time, Thursday and Friday looking like our dry days before we have yet another system, and this one's looking pretty strong Saturday. As I mentioned before, at this time, it's not looking to be severe, but it will bring us heavy rainfall on Saturday. Likely the most rainfall of the week will be on Saturday. And then the question is there enough moisture as cold air catches up on Sunday to mix in some snowflakes? So you'll notice this week, really, we have a lot to talk about in terms of our really weather patterns. So I'm going to try to take one system at a time. Just know that after tomorrow, our weather pattern doesn't really quiet down. It just warms up a bit in terms of our precipitation types. So more moisture on the way, and we're talking the rain snow mix for Tuesday. So since this is kind of longer form, I don't necessarily love doing this, but I want to give you all an idea of all the different weather models that we look at, because I mean, a lot of times people end up posting it on social media anyway. So this is raw data output. Obviously, meteorologists, we take a look at all that data and we come to agreement and forecast that out for you into a nice, neat snow map. But I'm going to show you all a few of the different types of weather data and what they're spitting out. So this is the European model. This is somewhat what I modeled my forecast map off of. It shows that swath of many of us between 2 to 4 inches, and then that higher little amount from E-Town, Bardstown, and to the east. So that's one output from this. Another one, oh, the banner got off of this one. But another one, this is the American model, and I don't know if you can tell, this shifts it just off to the south, but many of us still between 2 and 4, that higher swath of like 4 to 6, somewhere around the parkways. Then another model data, sorry, these are slow to load here. This one definitely has less, oh, I might have to, bear with me just a second. I'm having to take the lock from this workspace so it can load everything back up. But for anybody who hopped on late, this is Mallory Schnell. I'll put myself up here real quick. Hi, Meteorologist Mallory Schnell here with WHAS 11. Just hopping on here before I get ready for the noon show to give you all an idea on our next weather system that's going to be rolling through Kentuckiana on Tuesday, looking like a rain-snow mix for us. So at this point, I'm just walking through some of the models that we use to forecast to give you all an idea of where they're agreeing and where they may be disagreeing a bit. So let's hop back over. It does look like this has loaded. This is another weather model. We have like 5 or 6. This one is even farther south and really has that cutoff to the north. So I kind of went happy medium with some of these because this is a scary model that's been more aggressive. And I think why that winter storm watch was issued for tomorrow is because this is the North American model, which is spitting off a lot of numbers here. And then this is the high resolution model, which is more so 1 to 3 higher amounts to the south. So all that being said, take all these snowfall maps with a grain of salt. And just a reminder that when you see a range of snowfall totals, it's just that, it's a range. And I think a lot of people tend to hyper focus on the high end of snowfall totals or snowfall ranges. So you see that 2 to 4 and you automatically think 4. You know, that's not a bad way to think if you're wanting like, quote, worst case scenario or best case scenario, depending on how you view it. But just know that 2 inches is just equally as likely. So as I mentioned, we could have a sharper cutoff to the north, sharper cutoff to the south. And if rain mixes in here, that could cut things off even more so. So something that's evolving. I know we'll probably have tweaks to this throughout the day. I'm sure when Ben comes in, he'll give his look over it and have his own input. But we do have these weather alerts in place. So basically, if you look at your snowfall forecast and then the weather alerts, I more or less put that 2 to 4 inch swath where the winter storm watch is in place. Higher amounts, a higher band as possible, E-Town, Bardstown, over to Lexington, areas eastward there. And then down to the south where you're seeing more of those greens, that's where we could get 1 to 2 inches of rainfall from this system, with more on the way this week. As I mentioned, I'm worried about flooding as we go onward here because we're looking to pick up anywhere between 2 to 6 or 7 inches of moisture, of rainfall from the 3 systems that we are tracking this week. So I'm going to go hour by hour one more time, show you all the 7-day forecast, and I'll have to hop off here so I can get ready for the noon show. But as far as your Monday is considered, today is a quiet day. If you need to get out and about, run some errands, you're good to go. It's just going to be a partly sunny, chilly kind of February day. Temperatures in the 40s this afternoon. Wind speeds are light, 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not a bad day to get out and about. And then tonight, clouds thicken up. That radar starts to fill in, but it really picks up, it looks like, around 7 a.m. tomorrow. So just in time for that morning commute, we'll be tracking some snow showers on GMK and right there afterwards. And then throughout the morning hours, still tracking that snow. You can see where that rain-snow line is lifting. Litchfield, Mumfordville, Campbellsville seeing more rain rather than snow. And then our northern Indiana counties, I say northern, our northern southern Indiana counties, the northern part of the Kentuckiana viewing area. So like Bedford, Seymour, Mount Vernon, you all are right at the cusp there. So I'm not expecting all too much snow for you guys. There's going to be that sharp cutoff to the north, but this particular model still has you all seeing snow showers. Just accumulations won't be all that great. Heading throughout the afternoon, temperatures staying around or above freezing, so that should help clear some of that snow off the road. It'll be a wet snow. And then by the afternoon and evening, more rain mixing in. This could be more drizzle if that moisture continues to track eastward out of here. So tomorrow, weather impact alert all day, wintry mix. Limit travel or at least add some extra time to your travel if you have to head out and about. Once again, this is my thought process with the snowfall forecast. Could be slightly higher, could be slightly lower. We'll continue to make tweaks throughout the day. Some models last night were coming in super aggressive and then backed off a little bit this morning, which tends to happen as you get closer to an event. So we'll keep a close eye on this. If you don't want snow, keep your fingers crossed for more rain, and that will help cut off the snow totals. So here's one last look at our 7-day forecast before I hop off here. Weather impact alert on Tuesday due to rain and snow. Another round of rain late Wednesday into Wednesday night. And then another round of rain. The heaviest will likely be on Saturday, so if you have weekend plans, you'll want to keep an eye out for that. At this time, we could have some wraparound snow on Sunday. The question is, will we have enough moisture lingering? So I'm saying flurries for now, but of course, that will be something that we continue to watch here. So once again, thank you all for hopping on this morning. Just a quick little debrief of what our forecast is looking like as of this morning for tomorrow. So thankfully, it's not going to be a repeat of the snow system that we had in January. No need to panic. We're not looking at 10 inches of snow here, but a couple of inches of accumulation certainly likely between the 64 corridor and the parkways there, Bluegrass and Western Kentucky parkways. So as I mentioned, we'll continue to tweak that forecast as we head throughout the day today and into tomorrow morning. I will have the latest updates at noon. If you want to watch us on TV, we'll be on from noon to 1 p.m. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine will be in here later on this afternoon and take care of you from 4 p.m. onwards. So thanks for joining again and have a great rest of your Monday.